Hello kids, this is Abha. Welcome to Navanir Classes. Today's topic, a tiger in the zoo. Have you ever read a poem and felt confused what it means? Don't worry, I am here to help you understand. Let's start today's poem. I'll be doing poem explanation, poetic device, summary, and question answers for practice in the same video. Before we begin, please do let me know in the comment section which is your favorite animal. A Tiger in the Zoo is written by Leslie Norris. To remember this name for your exam. This poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo with a tiger in its natural habitat. The poem moves from the zoo to the jungle and back again to the zoo. Okay, so we have understood that the setting of the poem is that there is a tiger who is in a zoo and it is being compared to a tiger who is in its natural habitat. So in the poem, every stanza will vary. First stanza will be in the zoo, and later stanzas, the poet is trying to show the tiger in a natural habitat, and again he brings back in the last two stanzas to the zoo how he is gonna live. Okay, so let's begin. He stalks in his vivid stripes a few steps of his cage, on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. Stalks here means slow movement. Vivid stripes means his appearance. A few steps of his cage. So there is a cage. We have got to know that the tiger is locked inside a cage. On pads. Pads means on claws. Okay. Velvet quiet. That means he's walking on his claws very softly without making any sound. In his quiet rage, he is quiet. You can see him quiet, but he has anger within. Okay, so I'll repeat once again. In this first stanza, the poet is trying to tell us the appearance and how the tiger is and where it is. So he is making small steps with his beautiful appearance. Don't you think a tiger is elegant as well as dangerous? Okay. A few steps of his cage. So he is walking from one side to the other corner and again he walks back. So, because why is it so? Because he's in a cage. He's not in the natural habitat that he can walk kilometers and kilometers, right? And the walk that he's doing on his pads are as soft and smooth as the velvet. So it is being compared. In his quiet rage, the anger that is within him, but he's holding on to it. He's being quiet. Next stanza. He should be lurking in shadow. So where is he? It is saying that the tiger is in the jungle. If he was in the jungle, what he would be doing? He will be hiding behind the shadows or the trees or under the bushes, right? And sliding through long grasses. So when it is time to catch the prey, they'll make long strides. And when he has to quietly go to the prey, he'll walk in a longer way. Like he'll stretch his body and go slowly so that his prey will not get to know. Okay, near the water hole where plum deer pass. So he'll go near where? Near the pond. Why? So that he can catch up his prey. Who is the prey? It's the deer. The deer will come here to drink water, right? So he'll go and grab his prey. Next stanza, it is saying, if he was in the jungle right now, then he would be snarling around the houses. So there will be many houses, okay, around the corner of the jungle. What will the tiger do? He'll go around these houses, keeping his footmarks so that the people will know that the tiger is nearby. They will be scared to go alone. Okay? He should be snarling around the houses at the jungle's edge, bearing his white pegs, his claws, terrorizing the village. So what is he doing? He'll be going around these houses, which is near on the edge of the jungle. If this is the jungle, then the houses are here on the corner or around. So he'll be showing his white teeth and his claws, and he'll be scaring the whole village. He'll be roaring and shouting and screaming, right? Okay. Next. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. So what it is saying? It is saying that, but the tiger is in a cage now. He cannot show his power, the power which he can show it here or while catching, sorry, or while catching the deer near the pond. That power is no more. Why? Because his strength is being locked in the cage, in a cell. All right. And only thing he can do is he can walk from one corner to the other corner. Just he can measure the length of the cage. That's all he can do. And he'll be ignoring the visitors. Why is he ignoring the visitors? Because he has no interest on the visitors. He has got his detachment due to his captivity. Okay. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. So the last thing that the tiger hears is the patrolling car sound, the car which will go around the zoo. Okay. And with his brilliant eyes, he has beautiful and shining and sparkling eyes. What will he be doing? He'll be looking at the brilliant stars, the sparkling stars, the stars which is outside, which has no barrier. Okay? But he is being caged. His eyes are still keeping hope for its freedom. The stars that are having its freedom, that are roaming around without any barrier. All right. So this is how the poem ends. Isn't the poem very beautiful? Do let me know in the comment section if you have understood it well. Okay, so your homework for now is let me know the rhyming scheme of all the five stanzas. Come on, done? Okay, let's see who has written the correct answer. A, B, A, sorry, A, B, C, B, right? Again, A, B, C, B, A, B, C, B, A, B, C, B, A, B, C, B. Is this correct? That's right. Okay. So now I'll be doing the rhyming scheme. Poetic devices. Okay. Poetic devices. The first is rhyming scheme, as we have seen already, right? This is for the first stanza. Then, which is personified here? Personification is he. Why he? Because the tiger is given human-like character. Is that okay? Metaphor. Metaphor is on pads of velvet. As I have already said, there was a comparison. Imagery, walking in the cage. The poet was asking us to imagine, right, that the tiger is walking on the cage from one corner to other corner. So we were imagining what tiger was doing at that moment. So that is imagery. Oxymoron, quiet rage. So see, there's two opposite adjectives. This is why it is oxymoron. Second stanza. ABCB, same. Enjambment, because there is no punctuation on the second line and the third line. Okay, there is a difference here. This should come down. Okay. Then alliteration. Alliteration is P, the sound of P. Imagery, the tiger is in the jungle. Then the third one is ABCB, assonance, the sound of O and I is repeated. Onomatopoeia, snarling, the movement sound. Then fourth stanza, we can see rhyming scheme ABCB, assonance E, alliteration behind bars. Okay, I hope you get the difference between alliteration and assonance. Assonance comes only when there is a vowel. Alliteration will come for the other consonants. Okay, other than the vowels, whatever comes will come under alliteration. Next, fifth stanza, rhyming scheme ABCB, assonance I sound, alliteration head sound. Hope you have understood. Next, we'll go for summary. Summary of the poem A Tiger in the Zoo. In the first stanza, the poet describes a tiger appearance in the zoo. He has vivid stripes on his body and pads of velvet. However, he is confined. He can only walk a few steps because the cage is small. He is in a quiet rage. He is furious about being imprisoned, but his anger is suppressed because he is helpless. Okay? So, what it is saying? The poet says, in the first stanza, the poet speaks about how the tiger appears. Okay? And where is he now in the first stanza? Comment in the section, write it in the comment section. Good. He is in zoo. Okay. And what is he doing? He is walking softly. Where is he walking? Inside the cage. He is walking on the pads. Like he's having soft paws. Okay. But the walking that he is doing, it is confined. It is restricted. Why restricted? Because he is in the jail or behind the bars. All right. He can only walk few steps because the cage is small. He is in a quiet rage. He is angry. He is very furious. Why he is being caught inside the bars or inside the cage. But because he is imprisoned, he cannot even show his power. His anger, everything is just helpless. All his strength behind the bars is of no use. Then in the second stanza, the poet tries to tell us what he would be doing if he was in the jungle. Let's see. The poet shifts to the jungle. If the tiger were free, he would be lurking in the shadows of trees or sliding through long grass. He would be waiting near a water hole where plum deer pass by. This stanza highlights the tiger's role as a natural predator who hunts for survival. Okay, so in the second stanza, the poet wants us to imagine that the tiger is in the jungle. If he was free, he would be going and hiding behind the bushes or near the shadows where nearby the water hole. That means near the pond. Why will he be hiding there? Because the deer will come to drink water and he'll go and grab his prey. All right. Number third stanza. Still in the wild, the poet describes a tiger at the edge of the jungle near a village. He would be snarling and showing his white fangs and claws. The poet emphasized that the tiger's presence alone should terrorize the villagers. This isn't out of cruelty, but because it is inherent nature to be fierce, majestic king of the forest. Okay, first of all, tell me what is the meaning of pegs? Okay, so the poet is ask us to imagine that we are still in the jungle. The tiger, he'll go around the edge on the corners of the jungle near a village where he will be snarling and showing his white teeth and claws. Okay, and this that the people will get terrorized. How? When they see the claws of tiger, they'll be like, oh my God, the tiger is nearby. We should not leave our kids alone to play. We shall keep all our pets nearby, right? So that will create a terror. Why? Because of tiger's presence. He won't be going and killing around. With even if he is present, that will scare the people nearby. And this is not out of cruelty. It is saying it is not like he's being cruel or something. It is because it is his nature, because he's the king of the forest. If nobody gets scared of the king, then what is the use of being a king, right? Okay. Then stanza 4 will snap back where? To the cage or to the jail. Okay. So the poem snaps back to the present reality. The tiger is not in the jungle. He is locked in concrete cell. All his immense strength is useless behind bars. He has become a mere exhibit for humans. He stalks the length of his cage, completely ignoring the visitors because he no longer feels the need to show off his power to those who have enslaved him. Okay, so here what happened? Now we come back to the cage. In the cage, the tiger, all his strength is useless. He cannot go and scare people. Nobody is gonna get scared. Why? Because he is in a cage, okay, in a concrete cell through which he cannot come out. And he does not even feel impressing the visitors. Why? Because they have enslaved him. He has got his detachment because of the captivity. He has been so long being caged that he does not feel like, okay, I should show my strength to these people. He just wants to be left alone. Okay. In the fifth stanza, in the final stanza, the tiger is alone at night. The only thing he hears is the sound of the patrol cars making their rounds. He looks up at the brilliant stars with his brilliant eyes. This creates a beautiful yet sad parallel. Both the stars and his eyes are bright, but while the stars are free in the vast sky, the tiger is trapped in a dark cage. So, in the last stanza, the poet says that before he goes to sleep, the last sound that he hears is the patrolling cars, the cars that are on rounds. And with his beautiful and brilliant eyes, he'll be looking at the stars. The stars, which is free. They are also brilliant, and his eyes are also brilliant. Okay, they both are sparkling, but the stars are free, and the tiger is being trapped where? In a cage. All right. Hope you have understood the summary. Do let me know in the comment section if it was easy for you to understand. Okay, let's go to the question answer section. This is MCQ for you. Okay, this is practice question. If you have really understood the poem, I am sure it will be easy for you to solve it. Okay, I want you to write in the comment section right now what are the answers for the 6 questions. Let me read the questions. What does the phrase quiet rage tell us about the tiger's state of mind in the cage? Second question. The poet uses the metaphor pads of velvet to describe the tiger paws. What is the primary purpose of this comparison? 3. According to the poet, where should the tiger be instead of the cage? 4. What is the significance of the tiger ignoring visitors in the fourth stanza? Fifth, the tiger's eye and the stars are both described as brilliant. What does this connection suggest? Sixth, what does the poet mean by saying the tiger's strength is behind bars? Hope all of you are done with the question answers. Whoever gives all the 6 questions correct answer, I'll give a thumbs up. Let's see short question answers. Question number 1. Why does the tiger express his rage quietly? Can anybody answer this in one line? He expresses his anger quietly because he is imprisoned, right? He is in a concrete cell. He can, though he wants to show his anger, he cannot because all his strength is behind the bars. If you leave him open, then definitely he'll show his power. Next, what does the poet mean by should be lurking in shadow? What does it mean? Anyone? It describes the tiger's life would be like in the wild, how it will be in the wild. It suggests that in natural habitat, the tiger would hide steadily in the shadow of the tree and to ambush prey, which is its natural instinct. Okay. Question number 3. The tiger ignores the visitors. Why? Can anybody answer this also in one word or in a sentence? because he's not interested into the people, as nobody will understand his longing for freedom, that he wants to be free, he wants to be set free, not be caged. He is not made for a cage. He is not a pet animal for us, right? Fourth, what is the significance of the tiger staring at the brilliant stars at night? It establishes the connection between his captive spirit and the freedom of the natural universe. The stars are free and he is in a captive state. So, that is the difference between two brilliant stars and the eyes. What is the contrast of tiger in the cage and the jungle based on the poem? In the cage, the tiger is restricted, helpless, and ignores the visitors in a state of quiet rage. In the jungle, he is free, powerful predator who lurks in shadow, hunts plump deer, and terrorizes the village with his natural majesty. Okay. I want all of you to take a pause. Sorry. Okay. And write down all these question answers. Definitely, this will help you in your exam. This is my first video on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed my explanation. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.